then last but not least, we have frame hold, which is basically the exact same as slow-mo. You want to use a high frame rate, probably want to over crank for sure in this case. You have as many frames to choose from as possible when somebody does their action that you want to freeze. Okay, so before I show you how to do the freeze frame or frame hold effect in Premiere, let me first show you why it's important to overcrank your shutter speed in order to get the best results for this effect. So if I go frame by frame here, I'm going to click frame by frame. You can see why it's important that you overcrank. You can see this one. As soon as there's movement in the thing that's moving that you want to freeze, it starts to blur. Whereas these ones, the detail in the moving subject is kept a lot more clear. So what that means is that you have a lot more choices in what frame you're going to pick to freeze. All right, so to edit a frame hold, all you have to do is move your playhead to where you want the action to freeze. So I'm going to freeze it right there. And like I just showed you, you probably want to take a spot where everything is clear and you can see everything and not where the action is blurred. Once you have your playhead set, all you have to do is right click, and then you're going to pick between these two things. I'm going to show you both. This one here, add frame hold. When you click it, it adds a frame hold. If I move this out, you can see it split the clip right here. This is still the regular clip, and then right at that spot, it's going to hold. And that adds this hold for however long your clip was. So my clip was to there, so it just added it for the rest. You can extend it still, like you can extend these, but for the initial adding of the hold, it'll be exactly for the duration of the clip. One thing you'll notice with this method, if I unmute the audio from the clip, is that the audio from the clip will keep playing underneath even when it's frozen. So if you don't want the audio, then just lock the video layer and shrink the audio down so that it stops right when the frame hold happens. If I move this back and then undo, if we right click again, this other one here, insert frame hold segment, if we click that one, boom, you're going to see that it adds a chunk of a segment here as a hold, and then the rest of the clip will continue to play over on this end. But if you notice down here, I had a song underneath. It's going to split the song or anything else. You have text up here. It's going to split it at that point as well. So my suggestion, if I undo this and zoom in here again, all that you're going to do is lock anything else. So I'm going to lock this song so it doesn't get split. I'm going to find my spot again. So right there, right click, insert frame hold segment. And now when you see, it's going to add this segment right here, and now I can unlock the song and extend the song for the duration. If you want to change the length of this hold, all you have to do is hold Command or Control, go to the end of your clip so you have this yellow arrow thing pointing left, click, and you can shorten it. So let's say you wanted to match it up with this like little song bit right here. Then you can go there and boom and match that up right there. And obviously if you want to lengthen it, just do the exact same thing. Hold Command or Control, get the yellow arrow thing pointing left, click, and extend it out however long you want. So now let me unmute the music and the audio from the clip so you can hear what that sounds like too. The third option for a frame hold, again, find your spot that you want to freeze, is to go right up here to this little camera thing. It's export frame. So you can go click on that. This is going to come up. I'm going to just call this jump frame. It's going to save it as a PNG. Keep it like that. Then you want to make sure in the path that you save it where you want it. So go to Browse and pick the folder that you want. I'm just going to go to my desktop for now and select that folder so you can see it changes there. And then make sure this is selected. Import into project. So make sure that's checked off and then click OK. That's going to import the image right here into your project that you can now drag in. And what you're going to want to do is line it up where your playhead was, because that's the frame that you took as the image. I'm just going to shrink this down. And then basically what you're going to want to do is use your razor tool right here to split your clip and move it down, and then, make the image frame hold here the length that you want. Now, why would you use this method instead of just adding a frame hold segment, which was much easier? Well, you would use this one if you want to edit this image, because it's an exported image. If you wanted to edit it in Photoshop or something and then bring it back in. So let me show you that quick. So as you can see, I have the exported frame opened up in Photoshop. So now I can do whatever I want to it. So I'm just going to go to, let's say, filters here, and I don't know, whatever this is, just leave that on, click OK. So maybe you wanted to do that effect to your image. Now all you have to do is export it, go back into Premiere, and then import that image back in. So jump frame B here is what I saved it as. And then now, instead of that exact same jump frame image, we can have this edited version instead. So it'll look like this. Bing and boom. If you want to learn about other change of speed effects like slow motion, fast forward, or reverse, then make sure to check out the videos linked in the description below or the ones on the screen right now. Done.